Hello everybody, it's your old pal Tuna here and welcome back to another video. And in this week's vlog, we are preparing for the very last convention slash market of 2025. If you are wondering if I have finally snapped and lost my mind in drawing all of these yellow circles, the answer to that question is yes, but I will explain my madness. So this is my attempt at doing something special for Weirdos Market this year. That is the market that I am preparing for. I have done it 2 years previous, both of which exist as vlogs up on the channel, so go check those out when you're finished with this one. And Weirdos is an extra special market. The organizer likes to kind of make it, you know, unique, weirdos being in the title, and gives a lot of freedom for what I specifically am allowed to do while I'm there. The first year I had like 12 feet of booth space. Last year I did a draw a cat game where I had a board and everybody could put these little post-it notes up on it with these drawings of cats to do a giveaway. I thought it would be fun if people could select a yellow dot and draw a cat into the yellow dot, and then by the end of the weekend there should be a collaborative art piece finished. And last year there was over 200 sticky note entries into the contest, so I feel that 130 is probably a safe estimate. And you know what, I'll just draw extra cats in the holes where there's leftover spots. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't turn out the way that I envisioned, it's not the end of the world. I do have to make some signage because a big thing that gets people to do stuff is explaining to them what to do. And I will... Are you kidding me? Do you have to do that? And I will be assessing when I arrive on tomorrow, Thursday, to set up where exactly I can place this canvas in proximity to my table and encourage them to participate. One of the big things that I'm realizing is one of my kind of core values as an artist is encouraging other people to make art. And so I feel like pursuing the encouragement of all of you guys to do stuff, to make stuff, and you know, all of the people at the market to have a little fun and let loose is something that I want to encourage in myself and in my life. So this is a manifestation of that. I got paint all over myself, so I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna put this somewhere safe where little kitty paws can't get in on it. You are so cute, Marie. I've already completed most of the prep that I need to do for the con. There's obviously not that much. I have several new items that I will be introducing. I've kind of redone my display just a little bit. I'm planning to totally revamp it for 2026. Totally revamp it for 2026, but I just didn't really want to rush into doing that just now. But the main task that we'll get into a little bit later is I have to sew cat toys. I sold cat toys at a previous market about a month ago that I had made from some fabric that I custom printed with my art on it. They went over really well. The market was kind of slow, but I sold out of the cat toys, so I feel like they're a pretty good bet, especially around this time of year for Christmas gifts. But I did want to go over that market that I just mentioned over in Courtenay, BC. I went and did that. I vlogged it, but I didn't really end up with enough footage to actually put together a full vlog. So let's jump cut to some of that footage, and I can tell you about how that con went before we get into the other con. This year, I really wanted to cut back on the number of holiday markets that I was doing for a few reasons, one of which is that I find holiday markets aren't as reliable as some of the summer conventions that I've been doing, so went harder on those, cutting back on the holiday stuff. I decided to go to Courtenay for this event. I had gone maybe 2 years ago, I think twice in a row, and I found that it was pretty good. I have family in the area, so that cuts back on some of my expenses to get there, and in all honesty, I kind of wanted a dry run before jumping into the Weirdos market because it's such an important market for me. So it was the perfect opportunity to test out the litter box gotcha, which you see here, test out the display with the nories, and then I do also have a new self-serve display for travel on the left-hand side there with my sticker sheets. I'll tell you more about that probably in a future vlog. But I learned a lot. One of the things is that people really want to stick their fingers in the litter box, like completely unprompted. So I upgraded the signage for Weirdos to make sure people understood kind of what it was before they dove right in. And then making sure the nories had a bit more of a highlight. It was kind of a shame that the market did not end up going that well for me. I think I only sold maybe $700 or $800 worth of goods, which is not too bad for one day, but I did have slightly higher expenses than I would for like a show in Vancouver. Hi, Nori. Unfortunately, I think that does mean that I won't be going back for that holiday market, but I did go to Courtenay earlier this year in the summer for their Pride Festival, and that went amazingly and was like a 4-hour day, so very easy breezy. So I think that I'll stick to that show, and then maybe the 2-day convention that they have in the summer, but I don't know. I think I'll play that by ear because it often overlaps with different events that I go to. It just seems to me like this time of year is a little bit too packed with events. And if you don't choose an event that's really well established to attend, you're gonna be competing with a lot of different markets. Like every single weekend here in Vancouver, we easily have 3 to 5 markets going on. And which ones are people gonna go to? They're gonna go to the ones that are well established, well advertised, well respected, ones where they know they're not gonna see 3D printed slop and AI art. So I'm putting all my eggs in the weirdos basket. Let's see how it goes. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday now, and today is setup day. We have from 1 to 7 p.m. to set up. Show starts tomorrow evening, but I want to get over there first thing because traffic is kind of a hassle from where I live, and I want to get the best table that I possibly can because it's first come, first serve. I have everything packed up. This is going to be one of my biggest load outs yet. I have 3 suitcases, and as well, I am bringing out from retirement this yellow board. Some of you might remember. I haven't been using it this year because I switched to a more modular display because I was doing a lot of travel shows and I can't fly with this. But it's really nice, and I figured it would work for the table here. And then of course I have to bring giant circle panel. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be ordering an Uber XL because I don't think this is all gonna fit in a normal one, and I still have not made those cat toys. I kind of left it to the last minute, so that was my bad. But yeah, we'll get the table set up. It's always nice to do it a day in advance, especially for a 3-day show. Like, what's another day? It's not a big deal. And get on with the rest of our day. This is all very exciting. This event here is the last weekend of my year that I have pretty much anything set in stone. I have a couple more tasks on my to-do list before I wrap it all up and call it a year. And we'll talk about this in my end of the year wrap up video, but I have like no plans for next year. So YOLO strats into 2026, and we're gonna enjoy the rest of this while we can. Okay, loaded in, everything's ready to go. I'm the first one here for as long as that lasts. This is leftovers. There's a few artisans who stay. There's 2 weekends. There's a few who do both weekends. This is one of them, but otherwise, pretty blank slate down here. I was able to choose my spot, so I'm right to the left of the entrance, and then we're gonna get the panel up here somewhere so that it looks very inviting and people can come and draw cats. But yeah, let's do it. One last setup of 2025, and it's gonna be a good one. I'm actually very glad I'm doing this a day before because I completely forgot to bring the discount tote bags. So grab those tomorrow.
We're at 5 minutes, eh?
Okay, hello. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I haven't checked in at all since I set up yesterday. I made cat toys for 3 hours this morning. I really needed to focus on that, so I did not film it. I got here, finished setting up. My Uber was late. I nearly forgot the cat toys. We had to go back. So yeah, I'm here now. I'm feeling fine, a little bit tired, but we have 3 very long days ahead of us. So it's 5 p.m. now. We're about to open. And Weirdos year 3 for me is beginning. I think it's year 9 of Weirdos in general, which is pretty cool. And there's a whole bunch of people here that I know and really like, so I'm super excited about how the evening is going to progress in the next few days. And yeah, fingers crossed, last show of the year.
This is like a blind bag game where you get one of the keychains in the form of anything other. I thought it would be funny. Let's do it! Alright. So cute. And then I can take your trash bag. You're welcome to take a look. It's a graphic novel that I've illustrated. It's a horror tragedy, so more mature themes about being careful what you wish for. Down to like my last half dozen or something like that, so we'll see how it goes this weekend. Do you want a paper bag? I think hopefully if she's into spooky weird stuff, then I think you're barking up the correct tree. Oh my god, are you happy? I'm happy. Okay, all right. How are you doing over here? There's a lot to take in. Have fun. You know, it's like a free art gallery. Hello. I am so good. How are you today?
Thanks. Where'd you get these lights?
I got them at the dollar store.
No.
I know. I was like, I need something Christmassy for my table tonight, and lo and behold. I actually made choices. 1, 2, 3, 4. Amazing. Paper bag. I think I could put them in here. There's no space. No problem. Because I published a little book of some of the cat drawings that I did. There. Oh no! Which one are you hoping for?
I don't know, I love the little he's so cute.
Did you really want to Thank you so much. Usually there's a couple other people doing like cartoony stuff, but not this year. I think I'm the only Toontown in the house, kinda.
I think you got this on me, but this one's fat as well. Get that one.
Hello you guys, it's almost 10 p.m. You can probably tell I'm so tired, but it's been really, really fun. Let me show you how the cat art collaborative piece has come along because it's literally almost full in just one day. I thought it was gonna last me 3 days, so that was my bad. But now it can be just a display piece, I guess, for the rest of the weekend, or I can come up with some other way that people can still be encouraged to make art, because that's what this is all about. Otherwise, the litter box gacha has gone on very well. People totally get it and they're totally willing to participate, which I love. Sold out of cat toys in less than 2 hours. What a day. Weirdos Market never disappoints. Yeah. I kind of wish it was 1 day only because I'm like, I'm good. But dude, 2 more days. We got this. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Okay, I am going to the cafe down the street from Weirdos to grab some breakfast. I have some makeup on to hide my eye bags. And yeah, I'm wiped. I did not get a very good night's sleep last night, but we've got 6 hours on the floor today. I think it's gonna, like, once the caffeine kicks in and we get rolling, I'll just go into autopilot a little bit. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing who I see today. I was able to restock just the litter box keychain gacha. I did bring some pieces of paper so I can now adapt the cat painting situation to just the same thing I did last year, because I just don't want people to like feel that they missed the opportunity to draw a cat. We're gonna stick them on the wall. It's gonna be great, and people can still enter the giveaway for the painting if they want. But yeah, let's get some breakfast and go from there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello again. And a feeling so boogaless, you got it. Just a little sales tax, so $10.50 altogether. Yeah, you too, have fun. How are you doing? Good.
So these are vinyl, but these are also
These are also vinyl. They're just more of a clearance item as well. How are you doing? How you doing? A little sleepy, but not too bad. Pretty busy. Yeah, it was pretty slow at the start of the day, but it's been like crescendoing through the afternoon. Going off on a good note. card. I just feel like everyone's in like an extra festive mood. But I was talking to somebody who was here last weekend. They said this week was a little slower than last weekend, but I still did well. So I think people more than ever want to shop small and support artists. So it's working out. Yeah. Exactly. Hello. How are you?
Awesome.
Why? Thank you.
Very, very vibrant.
Cute and colorful, and a little bit weird. That's my thing.
Well, yeah, you see a lot of cat levels there. So.
Yes, I know. I'm inspired. So I'm trying to incentivize people to draw, and I did this canvas. They filled it up last night. So I'm like, well, we need a plan B. We got the wall going. Yeah.
Can I get do I just take it?
I've got them here actually
Okay.
for you.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I feel like they're displayed.
UFO kitty?
Yeah, UFO kitty.
Amazing. Would you like a paper bag?
Yes. Actually, yeah, my bag has a way of destroying things.
We're going to keep it safe in here then for you.
Thank you.
And cash your card today. And your goodie.
Thank you.
Enjoy the show. I'll tuck those in here for you. And then pay my cash your card. So 2 stickers, just a little sales tax, $10.50.
Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday. It's about 9:15. I don't care that my hair looks terrible. I don't care that my face is puffy and I'm gonna put my makeup on later. I don't care that my voice is failing me. It's been a wonderful weekend so far. I do have some more restocks that I'm bringing just in case, because there's just no sense in running out of anything that I have more of at home. But I hope you're enjoying coming along with this particular occasion with me. Yes, I'm so tired. I also had a member of my family pass away right before the market started this weekend, so I definitely feel like I've been in a weird fugue state for the past few days, and just gonna get through this one. I'm fine, by the way. He was very old and wanted to move on, but it's still, you know, it still hits a little bit. We'll get through the rest of today. We'll figure out what comes next, and let's hope we see some more cute dogs and more cute birds and hopefully a cat.
Offended. We drew a cat. One of a kind. I love it. If you want to grab that green tape there, and you can throw it up on my wall. Great.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Please.
One of these?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Do I
Good.
use like this?
You absolutely do. Yes. Just
Okay.
like the real deal. Thank you so much. And I can take your trash. Oh, we got vampire cats. You're still deciding? Making decisions? There it is. Thank you. Would you like a paper slate for these? There it is. We get there eventually. You don't need a bank. There you are. Do you need a receipt? No. Cheers. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is the reaction I'm generally going for. Yes. Yeah. It's really arresting when you get downstairs. You're like, oh, okay, we're downstairs now. It's been very popular. I did it at another show that was not as weird, and people were kind of like, okay, I don't know about that, but here they get it. We're having fun. Thank you so much. Anyway, the door. Oh my god.
I'm debating. I'll do it.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to the apartment. It is Wednesday, December 17th now, so it's been a few days since Weirdos ended. I know those clips kind of ended rather abruptly. As you could tell, I was super wiped the entire weekend, and when it came to filming the takedown, it just didn't materialize. I find that a lot of people really want to like chat and hang out at the end of the day, so there was a lot of that happening, and Mark kind of did some of the takedown for me while I was busy socializing, which I didn't get a chance to do pretty much the entire weekend. I was tied to my table for all 3 days. I was unable to get away, and thank goodness that the bathroom was like right around the corner from where my table was, because yeah, I did not have a break at all. 3 days is a long time. It's not as bad at Weirdos because the days aren't as long. It's 11 to 5, right? And then 5 to 10, so only like 5 hours, and then 6-hour days for Saturday and Sunday. Whereas at like anime cons, you're sitting there for like 10 hours a day. But it did mean that I was standing the whole weekend, which did not help with the fatigue. But yeah, I had an amazing time. Weirdos is the only holiday market, really, other than the one we saw at the beginning, that I've done this year, and I'm glad I took that risk. It totally paid off. So let me tell you some of the details we'll go over really quick about how it went. So first of all, you can see behind me, we have the finished cat portrait wall thingy. Obviously, it was finished on Friday. We kept it going with the individual slips posted all over the wall, which I had almost exactly the correct amount for in terms of like printer paper that I had bought and then was cutting into pieces of 4. Brought, I should say, not bought. And there was like 1 or more hour, maybe an hour and a half left in the day on Sunday, and I had to cut out of my sketchbook the last 10 pages, which I cut in half, so it was 20 extra drawings, which was the perfect exact amount that we needed basically to get us through. It was like maybe the last 15 minutes. There was no more paper left to draw with. And I hate this sketchbook. We're gonna talk about this sketchbook in an upcoming video because this is the worst sketchbook that I've ever drawn in. I'm unhappy with all of the art that's inside of it. I'm unhappy, the stickers are great, but I'm unhappy with the like make and model of the sketchbook itself for various reasons. And yeah, we're gonna talk about that soon. But I now have so many little kitty drawings. I have my previous collection from having done this same challenge 2 years in a row. I did it at Weirdos last year, and then I did it at a art show thingy that I did. It's all on video. You can check the tapes. But this is the haul, not even including what's on here. This is the haul for this year, and I now absolutely have like several hundred, probably 500 cat drawings. They're behind there somewhere, as I mentioned earlier, I think in the video, and I really want to put them together in some way that I can share them. I'm just thinking like a digital zine that you can download, but if you have any better ideas, please leave me a comment and let me know. I would have wanted to get a digital download up for this video, but I'm not gonna promise you that because I'm pretty sure it's not gonna happen. So if you do have any ideas about how we can get this art out into the world, let me know. Okay, on to the next topics. The cat toys went over really well, of course, and it's the one thing that on my table is I am required to put a lot of time labor into, and they have a pretty low return because the cost ends up being like maybe like $3 or $4. I think it's about $3 a cat toy, and then I'm pricing them at 10, so that's like usually you want to do at least 3 times markup from your cost. So it's not bad, and I am limited to the amount that I can physically make. So I made 14 that morning on the Friday. I sold them all in 2 hours. I think I probably could have sold, honestly, I probably could have sold 100 of them almost this weekend, which would have been great, but I didn't even have enough stuffing or catnip. Yeah, I'm just one little guy. Hello, speaking of little guys. And I'm going to plan ahead next time. We'll just have to see, because they're super fun to sell and they're like very on brand and they are really easy to sell. Hence why I sold so many, because, you know, people get it. And, you know, who doesn't want another cat toy, and, you know, who doesn't, it's a perfect Christmas gift kind of thing. So people were buying like several of them at the same time, which is why they sold so fast. Nori dolls, on that note, I sold more than I expected, probably around 10 of them. And they're a bit of a harder sell because I think if you don't know me and you don't know my cats, like it doesn't have the impact that it does in that situation, but they're still adorbs and lots of like young folk, the children's and the teens gravitating towards it. So I think that they will be a hit at the anime cons, and I really want to look into maybe hand making or finding some appropriate accessories that fit the scale of the doll, so that I can offer those as well as like a fun little dress up your toy incentive. And I really felt that the upgraded display had a lot of impact, and having them close to me so that I can do my like really quick pitch to like be like, I designed these, they're based on my cat, blah blah blah, is important as well to hook people in. And speaking of a hook, we're segueing very professionally in this wrap up here. I had the cat art books, the cat art book zine, which is brand new pretty much, and I thought those were going to be a hard sell. I thought, like, who's gonna want to buy this book of like cat drawings? But I sold way more than I expected. I didn't have a count on that, but way more than I expected, and people seem to get it. And again, if you have something that is helpful, if you give a little bit of information about it, having it closer to you as the salesperson is better, because that way, like, anytime anybody went to flip through it, I could be like, oh, this is a book of cat commissions. They're all based on photos of real cats, and they're collected as an art book. So that was really fun. Those were like the 3 items that I was the most excited about. Oh yes, and the last thing, the litter box gotcha, you guys. It was so funny. Everybody loved it. The perfect, like, having that L table setup was perfect for having it on the right, because it's kind of like a whole thing, and then people weren't like standing in front of my booth and kind of blocking traffic or anything like that, and I could like take payments over here and then let them kind of do their thing and then go back to help people in front of me. And I don't think I'm gonna do it again, only because it's so messy that like, I don't know. It's just, I think that Weirdos was the perfect market to do the cat litter box for, because the theme is weirdos and it's weird, and a lot of people like it were looking at it and laughing. And then everybody loves gotcha, of course, so I'll try and maybe find another way to do a gotcha without it being so high maintenance and taking up so much space on my table. But I still have all the supplies, so maybe I'll change my mind and keep it going. I'm pretty low on the keychains now, but I'm just really thrilled. I feel like everything went really according to plan, and like I said, I'm super glad that I took the bet to just do this one rather than spread myself thin doing like a market every weekend or something. I think the only thing that I would want is to get both weekends of the market, to do like the first weekend and the second weekend, because I was asking people like, were you here last weekend? And most people were not. So it is like a whole nother batch of people going from weekend to weekend. Now, the final tally, I was up 25% in my sales from last year, and I had been up from the first year, because I've done it now 3 years in a row, at about $5,000 in net sales. No, in gross sales. So that does not account for my table costs, my transportation costs, my product costs, but it is great for a 3-day market. And because I put all my eggs in that basket, I'm pretty grateful that it worked out. So if you were there and you bought something, thank you so much. If you were just there and you like said hi, also thank you so much, because it made the whole experience super fun. One of the things about Weirdos that feels special is that there's sort of like a community built around it. You see the same people every year, and you know, there's a like-mindedness to the people who are vending and attending that like maybe I'm not always connected with, such as like the anime crowd, which is not always my particular same genre of people. But Weirdos always reminds me of the comic arts festivals, and I already know that like those are my favorites. And I've already been accepted into MCAF next year, which I'm super excited about. They had an early wave of acceptances, so I know I will be coming back to Montreal. So if you're in Montreal, look forward to it. I am so stoked. Hopefully it will not bucket rain the whole entire weekend this time. Yeah, what's coming in 2026? I will be doing a couple more videos. We'll do a sketchbook video, and then we'll do kind of like a year-end wrap-up video. I will go through how 2025 went from start to finish, and then I will talk about what I'm planning for 2026, which is maybe not what you would expect. I'm gonna shake it up a little bit, because I've been kind of doing the same thing now for like 3 years, and that's fun, but I'm starting to get that burnout sort of vibe, so I need to pivot away from some stuff that I've been doing and towards some more stuff that I'm excited to do. So yeah, if you have any thoughts about anything that happened in this video, please leave me a comment. Your comments make all of this worthwhile. And don't forget that you can get most of the merchandise that you saw here in the video at my shop, shop.artbytuna.com. Brand new shop, super cute, super cool. I have free Canadian shipping for most items, and most of the other items are letter mail shipping other than Nori, so shipping very affordable worldwide. And it is still open even though we're in like Christmas season now, because I don't know, why close it? You can get a couple sticker orders, just throw them in the mail, no big deal. And of course, if you wanted to make a bit more of a long-term commitment, we have the Patreon, where you can sign up for $1, $10, or $25 a month to get all kinds of extra goodies. At the $1 tier, there's stuff like joining my very sleepy but still existent Discord server, where you can get directly in touch with me. Pretty good way to do so. I have digital downloads, I have podcast newsletters, I have in-depth sketchbook flip-through videos, and then of course for the 2 higher tiers, I have mailable rewards straight to your door. This month we are doing a winter wonderland kind of theme, spooky winter wonderland. This one was suggested by one of my patrons directly, and we did this like fun comment voting system, so everyone left a comment and then you could like upvote it, like it, and the highest liked one was the theme that I went with, so it was like this cabin winter woods thing, and I ended up with a sticker sheet, a single sticker, and a patch of the very same design just because I really liked it. Though Mary Lou was like, sorry if I mispronounced it, was like, people didn't really know what it was at Weirdos Market. I only got a couple of hits on like people clocking the character, which really surprised me. So I'm excited to bring you more representation of Welsh folklore. Oh yeah, and then I also have a second sticker sheet for the first time ever that's more of like an experimental design. I wanted to kind of play with having the sticker sheet look more like a finished illustration, and it's of wonderful winter birds, something I am a big fan of. I keep getting Merlin ID bird app notifications being like, can you go out and identify some birds? And I'm like, it's been raining for a week here, cut me some slack. And then I may or may not have an extra Christmas present planned for everybody in the lunchbox and big lunch clubs, so if you did want to hop on that, we are right at the end of the month, so don't delay. Those will be shipping in January. So big thank you to everybody who is already over on Patreon supporting the channel, supporting the business, supporting me here in 2025, which has been such a crazy year. This is not the last video of the year. I'm probably gonna squeeze in like 1 or 2 more, but this is the last one before Christmas, so I just want to send you some Christmas cheer, let you know how much I love you and how much I appreciate you watching this video and then watching it all the way to the end. So as per usual, stay sparkly, don't let the cruel world dull your shine, and I will see you next time. Bye!